Okay. Salute, this is Jeff.
This is David.
Hello, David.
Hey,
Would you like to play a video game?
Sure.
This is Sword and Fairy 7, Together Forever. I'm playing the PC Game Pass version. It's also on Steam. Other things. I assume it's also on the consoles. I've prepared a save file. Approximately 6 hours, 37 minutes, 41 seconds into the game.
Okay.
This is a Chinese RPG series, 7th one of them, and this game is great. I just finished this last night. It's
just good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just good. It's just good to the end.
What's with your little hover pet thing?
That's my little spirit animal. Or I guess this one's not an animal. It's a spirit ghost.
Yeah.
But Yuner. Okay.
All right. She's
her
0%
water
warm
shield
or
and
oh, those are her abilities.
yeah, abilities. A water shield and boost effect gain. That's fine. I've got some others here. Chalin is the starting Thunderbird. Which has it's taught my team leader here the amusingly titled Twitter Thunder, where it goes tweet and then boost. This is a few hours into the game.
Yeah.
This is a genre game, according to the Wikipedia articles I was reading, which is a genre of supernatural fantasy in supernatural fantasy China that typically has more focus on gods and demons and deities rather than a wuxia, which is more just martial arts. There will be lots of the use of the word sects and cultivation. They will be frequent. Also, the little spot that I came in here, we're heading to the Jianxia sect.
Okay.
And I want to point out one of the things that like, it was the moment where I was like, okay. I like what is going on here. But that'll just be mostly talking. So I guess just for flavor, we can do a little tiny bit of combat in this opening zone. Got a little, just for fun, because we're not going to be doing too much. I do like that character has this ability.
Oh, I think you
I also really like that.
won the combat.
Yeah, I did. Our attractive lad here is also this is Xu Wu, is a sword summoner as well.
Oh, very good. So it's Virgil.
I do like that. There's sword summoners. There's floaty crap at a certain point. I don't know what else I want from a video game. Maybe good character interactions and also a well considered antagonist motivations. Wait, that's here too.
Oh,
yes.
What? Also, the little floating pet thing. I'm sorry if I seemed a little quiet. I was trying to remember what they are called in Phantasy Star Online. They're called.
Is that your bit?
Mags. They're called mags.
Not a bit. Okay. I'm sorry. It is a bit in R-type.
Bit is R-type, yes. I thought you were asking if that was a bit I was committing to. I was like, no.
No, it was not a bit. I was trying to remember, like, what is the thing that follows over your shoulder and kind of, like, okay, that's a different context.
Yeah,
here.
no, it's a mag. You feed it items. You can turn it into a Dreamcast, I believe.
I'm going to Mount Ime.
Oh, hey, you can just fast travel places. That's neat.
I have fast travel on Challen here. I do appreciate that even though it loads pretty quick here, you can still do a little... it's completely useless, but just kind of... You know, it's helping it load faster. I'm flying through the sky, fancy free.
I'm assuming if you hit A, it just goes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
This is also my desktop at the moment. The
of course it is.
background. We're gonna take a little moment here to appreciate some of the character designs. Let's do a good old photo mode here. Oh, wait for it to
Camera. There we go.
Okay. Can I speed this up? The speed zoom. Oh no, I took a photo.
You just took a photo.
Not the worst, but oh, there we go. Let's put it in my documents folder.
Okay.
Cool. This is our. I first played this game when it came out on Game Pass, and I got through the prologue, not epilogue.
Yeah.
That takes a little bit longer to get to. Prologue is just like fighting out of the demon realm with Shu here.
Yeah, this
or
dude.
I guess Wu. Yeah. And it was okay. The combat was a little sticky.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's fine. And I just kind of, I don't know, just stopped playing.
Mm-hmm.
But after going through some of the other Chinese games we've been playing, like Wandering Sword, I was like, you know what? I'll give this one another chance. It has one of the long-running Chinese RPG series, of which I am not familiar with at all. There's I think it's Yuan Sword. There's Gujian, which you did a video on many moons ago, and some others. But Sword and Fairy specifically, I was like, oh, okay. This is a gap in my RPG knowledge. I'm much more familiar with the Japanese style.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll give it another chance. And right after the prologue, you're introduced to this character, Chengxia, and her spirit controlling is her sort of main gimmick, part of a sect that has fallen into disrepair over the eons for reasons that come up in the plot later, and is supposed to be Pokemon-style, going out and making contracts with spirits in order to help the cultivation of both towards immortality.
Neat. I'm assuming she's significantly more compelling.
More compelling because I was like, look at this beautiful open world here, and then discovers our boy here as a fruit, a literal fruit, after he was cast out of the demon realm. I was like, okay, can't say I was expecting that.
What fruit was he?
That was like a divine apple.
Okay.
She found on the side of the road, and she's like, there's a lot of spiritual energy in this divine apple. And then Chalin, your little bird friend, is tweeting at you like, please don't eat the fruit.
Don't.
Like, okay,
can
fine,
you eat the fruit?
I guess. No, that's not. Is a game with a linear story. It is not a game with branching paths. But at this point, we have our 4 main characters, and we've got the setup of working for Aoshu, a deity of justice and whatnot. There's a
justice in quotes or justice? Oh.
It's justice in quotes. It's justice by the means kind of justice.
All the voice acting's in Chinese?
It is in Chinese, yes.
Nice.
Ooh.
Salty Chicken Ghost City? Is that a book or is that an item?
It is an actual. Should be under consumables, or maybe it's a meal. Does it not have its own? No, that's not it. Those shoes, tops, weapons, medicine. It's not medicine. I think it's a library. There is one problem with the Xbox version, which I don't think is in the Steam version, but the menus are very, very horribly optimized for some reason.
They look it, yeah.
It runs at like 5 frames a second when there's a character on screen. This is on a 4090. So,
yeah. That's embarrassing.
And it runs perfectly fine on an actual Xbox. I tried it on an Xbox Series S, and it works fine there. I think it's a case of the Steam version having more support than which I assume is pretty less commonly supported Xbox Game Pass version. Yeah. I know that Xbox is not as particularly popular in Japan as other, like say a PlayStation.
Yeah,
but I don't have any context for that in
China. I don't know.
China, yeah, unsure. Might be under one of these. Should be delicacies, foods here. Oh no, it only shows up there after we eat it. Okay.
Yeah, how do you eat it though if you can't pull it up in your?
Yeah, you have to eat it at like a kitchen.
Oh, okay, neat.
Or like a campfire where you can cook yourself, or if you go to a restaurant, you can order them to go.
Oh, that's very nice.
I am going to go play a card game with a fairy. I mean, we've seen swords.
Yeah. You got a cyan heart.
That's
would be
halfway
armor?
there. Now and then here we got a little fairy. I'm gonna play some. It must be in the immortal realm. Look at this little fluff ball.
Oh.
Want to play Journey of Heaven and Earth?
Journey Heaven
Sure,
Earth?
why not? Journey Heaven Earth.
Is this how you catch your Pokemon?
Nah.
Oh.
This is just a just a mini game.
Oh, that's awesome. In the grand scheme of card games, how does it fare?
I'm glad that it's easy. Because having played the card game in Gushan 3, which was completely inscrutable, like I was like, oh, it felt like playing like imagine like poker, but
Right.
like you didn't know any of the rules, so you're like, what do I do?
It's like, I've got two of a kind. That means nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like
okay.
I have like two red cards that are like royalty cards, and it's like no. Yeah, those are both princesses, but you need to find the prince in the story that matches with the princess. And I'm like, I do not know what that is. I'm sorry, video game. This one's a little bit more straightforward.
Is it like color to color?
Yeah, it's got the little rock paper scissors of the colors, and then as we infuse the regular cards, we can cast the hero cards.
Okay. So like just the symbol on the bottom is like you gain that mana, for lack of a better term, and a number is what you
gain that
consume.
Yeah, so I've got two hero cards here. They've got one. Red is damage, and then green is healing.
Mm-hmm.
This one's the way because they have a 3 healing one, so I kind of wanted to just I want the AI to just kind of pick it and then can go back to what we were doing. Also, we could really use a blue card.
Yeah.
If they match, they get pushed to the side and they empower the next one that doesn't match.
Okay.
So I cannot play these cards.
You can play that one? Maybe?
I could play them without the special effect, which is not great.
Oh. That's another match. Huh.
Yep. Well, they only have green cards, and blue beats green, so even though I can't... So this should get the attack bonus, but they're just gonna...
Oh. Well, that dealt some damage.
Do their heal card.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
look.
look. Blue! Hooray!
Oh. Hey, your health.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what the leaves are, is
Yeah,
health.
I think, it's health pips. This should be okay. Yeah. There we go. Hit them, healed, resolved, and they're dead. Okay. Huzzah.
Neat.
I appreciate a good little, we go take this card to leave. There we go. We can go check out the new card I got. Put it in my little deck here. So I've got the, a blue card. So the blue is for heavens. I think that we can go over to the library.
I assume it's heaven, earth, and hell, for lack of a better comparison.
I think that's the case. What was the 3? It does say it somewhere. I'm trying to...
Energy of heaven, energy of earth, energy of human.
Human, earth, and heaven. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, this is a much better card. I'm not going to worry about putting it in my deck. You have a little deck on the side. You only have so many. You can only have 3 hero cards, and the rest you can fill with whatever you want. I usually just stack it with blue and green, and then just do a blue-green mana deck, which is fine because there's not that many of these in the game, and that took me all the way to the end. So,
Fair enough.
also very helpful is that when you start the game, you can just press the pause button to quit, when it's like, well, this obviously RNG is not going my way. We'll just mulligan this one.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with the fun hell that was Final Fantasy VIII.
还有一段山路要走，在这里休息一下吧。
啊，也不累。
I beat so many things we've done. A break we need.
对了，小强，我之前买了个好玩的东西，你来看看。
Sangyo is the
力量同我们天差地别，可以后少不得
comic relief at the moment. So
如他一直
That's Purple Shirt Man.
也不好。
yes,
Okay.
He's an alchemist and a doctor, and also a crossbowist, crossbowman,
Arbalist.
an arbalestist.
师弟，我有话要说。我知你是神人，上天入地不在话下，可现今你我共生，就算不情愿。
Plot-wise, they are literally connected together spiritually, so they cannot be distant from each other without running out the energy of the other one. There's a little setup. Also, Shu Wu here is a big dummy.
Big old.
He was literally born. He was born in the deity realm, and then basically just sat there with no contact with anyone until he was sent out on his mission. So he knows nothing about the human realm. So there's plenty of great scenes.
The big old himbo levels of big old dummy?
He's
or-
a himbo. This is definitely himbo. Like
Okay,
you
good.
know, that's where he starts. But
更何况，你我皆志在惩奸除恶，亦是同道中人，有幸结伴，自当珍惜。
I think the translation is like pretty good.
Okay.
Most of it is understandable. Like it's just a lot of like conjugation errors of like, you know, like is or would be or has been when it's like, oh, you're talking about the past, but you're using a different conjugation. So it's like, okay, we're not in the present, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And a few strange word choices like eliminating the evil.
Saying that I'm his senior sister, which is not a
Well,
thing
that-
we have here, technically speaking.
Well, that's addressed in the plot.
Okay.
Yeah, joins their sect as a disciple, and then senior sister is just the title given to Chungsha because she's the senior.
对方有难时，不利
So
于
that
伸出
is
援手
explained just fine.
而自己有难时
Okay, that's
安
good.
心接受对方的帮助。
Because it's come up in a couple of Chinese games where it's just like, what?
I like the previous instance where it's like our goal of like fighting the evil. It's like fighting evil would work, or fighting the evil ones. You know, just like. But I get it. I get the gist of it.
这样才称得上同伴。我们没有你那么强大的力量，但你一定有需要我们帮助的地方。
我有需要你的地方，一定会说。
Oop. And he
See
moved.
what Moching has to say. Moching is a member of the Zhansha sect. Io, or Sangyo here, is called Io, is very obviously into her. And Moching is just very naive and innocent.
Oh.
She also is, her weapon is like casting cards, so another long range attacker. Honestly, I did not use her too much in the game, although I did switch back and forth between the other three pretty frequently. You can just do it and anytime you want to while you're doing the fights.
Okay.
桑游、白墨琴，你们如有需要，也尽管相告。行啊行啊，兄弟，
Deal, bro.
说定了啊。
Bro
不过叫名字多生疏啊，你就跟你师姐一样，叫我阿游就好。
That's how you spell Io. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why the I like vowel sound is there, but it does seem to come up in the dialogue a lot. So I don't know. Maybe it's a
So
title
is his name
or
Sang
honorific or
Io?
something. Well, it's family or clan name first, so Yo would be the given name.
But it's
And
pronounced
then
Yo when it's
Sang.
not.
Yeah, so
individual.
I don't know. I don't know. That it's like, yeah, it seems like Shu Wu is not listening to the dialogue. Like Chungsha does not call him Shu Wu. There's like another syllable in there that I just don't recognize. So there's obviously some sort of familiarity or different naming conventions that are not quite being reflected in the translation. That's okay.
哎，不行不行，这可不用跟你师姐学。
Another example, I think, is that Mo Qing's name. Earlier, Qingsha mentioned that, like, oh, we have like a similar syllable in our name, the Qing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that she when Chungsha is talking to Mo Qing, she says Chung Mo, like reversing the syllables. Again, I do not know why. If there are some experts in Chinese RPGs in the comment section below, okay,
Or just Chinese language. Yeah.
Engagement, yeah, okay.
修大哥这么喊我就行了。
就是，小晴只能我喊。
We're currently engaged in what I always like to think of as like a third level cutscene,
Yeah.
right? The second level cutscenes, obviously, they would have like motion capture, and it would advance sort of automatically. And then first level, it was just pre-rendered. There isn't really many pre-rendered videos in
Right.
here.
好了，
Almost made it up to the
修大哥，你看吧，要是我像小晴那样喊你，你也会觉得奇怪。
大可不必吧。
That was a laugh. That weird
Okay.
coughing, rasping noise. That was me laughing. I'm still not
Very
fully
good.
recovered.
a level 2 cutscene.
Ooh.
I quite enjoy. I will break down why a bit afterwards.
小师妹，你可回来了。师姐，让你们担心了。月姑娘，见过魏师姐，我与师弟想要拜访真人。小师妹，你快带客人进去吧。好的。站住！桑由，你屡次扰乱本门清修，早已被禁止入内，你忘了吗？
大师姐，求求你，这回我真的有正事，你就让我进去吧。
谁是你大师姐？我已说过，你若胆敢再往前迈出一步，小心我这口清风利刃。
哎，他也是男的，为何他能进去，我不能？
我和师姐不能分开，我们必须。
停！我师弟初入江湖，掌门嘱托我要好好照顾他。既然如此，还请在门内遵守仙侠派戒律。一定。
你个见死忘友没义气的，我也不想离开小晴啊！
你这登徒子，再敢满口胡诌，休怪我无情！大师姐，小师妹，你别忘了门规。
秀武，你这家伙，你刚刚才说我有用得到你的地方，你会帮我的。
That was the moment. I was like, we have a.
可是我是真的有事要。
What we have here is a good scene.
不进就不进。
The last part of like, oh, now he's going to be beaten up by the large lass. Is a little bit more, let's say, broad comedy.
轻点儿。
I think he's going to be blasting away, you might say. Yeah. Everything except the twinkle.
师妹，那小子皮实得很，没事的。师傅还在等你。
It's like, don't worry, he's fine. He'll be
He'll be
fine.
fine. You're right. That was a very good moment of just like, look, no.
So it's the reason I was like, what we have here is good nonverbal acting, which is like completely absent from most video games, even like JRPGs that have 120 hours, and like the Persona style, where the most of the dialogue is presented as visual novels.
Yeah.
Like the best you could do for that kind of thing is different emotes for the character portraits. But if you have a full 3D setup, obviously it's a lot more effort to have nonverbal acting, especially if it's like a part of a comedy beat. So there's like that extra level of polish, and also in general, like the writing was referencing things that happened before, so it didn't feel like everything was stuck within itself, if that makes sense. So like this I was like, I will play this until the end of the game. I will play all the way through, and I did, and it was great. It's like we can't switch. Okay, we're currently
we're moching.
in control of moching. Yeah.
是他部首仙侠戒律在先，所以这回不拿到。
This Zhansha is all women, and Io is constantly breaking in to see moching. So
I figured it was something like that.
we
落花好多啊！
got a side quest.
我的师妹何西长去寻什么宝，已经好几天没回来了。
Yeah, sure. Put her on the list. Taking the treasure map, head to the Smoky Village. Okay. Head to the next combat zone, which will be unlocked shortly. Got it.
Okay, the Crosscode School of
师
Thought.
妹，找师傅吗？他线下应在祭坛那
Be
里。
at the altar.
谢谢师姐。
What if we should have access to a few fast travels? Okay.
Just those two.
The last one should be up at the altar. Just gonna enjoy the beautiful little scenery here.
Yeah.
外科入内不得擅闯后山禁地，不得有轻浮僭越之举。其实都是些很寻常的规矩。那个阿尤他没有恶意的，只是有时候容易得意忘形，做点什么出格的事情。
Unfortunately, we do not have the. Cannot start this quest. Let's see if I can get the Frost Indulers. Have to complete a main quest. Also need Songyo in the party. I do appreciate that. In the side quest section, it'll just like here under, let's say, ill-gotten gains, where it says current quest. Look for Hey Shishong. If you couldn't do it at the moment, it would just have something in the background that says advanced main quest to complete.
Oh, that's neat.
Which is nice. You don't have to go looking around and be like, did I miss the person? It's like, nah.
Nah, I
it's
can't
not
do
there
it yet.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. This game also has great music.
晴妹，
Mm-hmm.
这里什么时候多了一架秋千？这是我自己搭的，可好玩了。
Can you
晴妹手真巧。
Oh, I can't quite. Dang. Okay.
have smart
So it's an
hands?
Interact prop. Dang.
It may look like rope, but it's actually just carved wood.
Just carved wood. Wouldn't you know it? I think that I was reading a hard sci-fi novel called Blindsight.
Mm-hmm.
This has a point. The main character in that novel is a synthesist, which is a person that is like the person inside the Chinese room in the Chinese room thought experiment, where passing notes under the door, looks up the response on a card, passes the note back, and then the thought experiment is whether or not the person inside actually understands the language or is just following rules in order to make a response. It's the one of the questions of sentience or sapience for like artificial intelligence. But in the story, a synthesist is someone who does that in broad strokes for all kinds of different people, places, and things. So they recognize the shape of things, so to speak, without having to understand the specifics of it. So if it's like a technical thing, they have enough of an idea of what that technical thing should be in order to pass it along, or in order to, what's the word, like condense it for someone else to interpret fully. So they themselves do not have expert knowledge in a bunch of things, but they have the training and ability to recognize the shapes of things.
Mm-hmm.
I say that because I got into the section here called Paladin. Let's see if I can get. Do we have one of those so far? Yeah, so I'm Paladin. And I'm reading through these, and I'm like, I have not played any of the Sword and Fairy games, but this has the shape of references to characters in previous games. I was like, I'm synthesizing this, and I was like, okay, what is the Sword and Fairy is the localized name of the series. The Chinese name is Chinese Paladin. Like, okay.
Okay.
And then like the there's a section here for music. And each of these is from one of the previous games. So like the Destiny section is all of the Sword and Fairy 1 background music that you can come across. Apparently from the 98 version.
Ooh.
So again, I do not have any context for this. I was like, this seems like the shape of a reference. I think it is.
I think it might be.
Go run ahead here. Or maybe that's enough?
Yeah. I guess
I mean,
it probably is. Like,
I feel like it's like the sample. It's like you get a lot of the things I liked about it, which is that the character interactions and the storyline are consistent throughout. They're just great.
Yeah.
And the combat is okay. I think overall I'd liken it more to a Nier than a Devil May Cry.
Okay.
Although there is a
Nier or Nier Automata.
Nier.
Okay.
Where it's like you can do a few combos and you have a few special abilities, and it's perfectly functional, but it's maybe not going to be like a system that you think back on and be like, oh, that was my favorite combat system.
Right. Okay.
If I were to have a quibble with the combat system, it's that it not even this game only suffers from this, but if you're fighting human-sized opponents, the amount of visual effects on the screen makes it almost impossible to tell what's going on. You have 4 characters casting magic spells, and you're doing combos, and like somewhere in there is the boss you're trying to fight, and you're like, I know they're gonna just start a combo and knock me down. And I'm like, yep, there it is.
There
okay,
it is.
Now I'm dead.
It's the anime fighter problem of screen vomit.
So
yeah.
There's a little bit of that as an issue. You just have to. Some of the fights are just require a little bit more defensive playstyle, which is like, it's fine. You can get through it. And at the end, once you get all of your nukes, like, no big deal.
Right. Right.
And there's some fights that are like more one-on-one, which are a little bit easier to grok. So
yeah. All right. Is this our Vista?
I think maybe this is our Vista.
This is a really good Vista.
Camera out here. Let's turn off. Yeah, there we go. We gotta.
Well, here we go. If you enjoy this and the other things we do, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Most direct ways to support us and all those things. I also do the YouTube stuff, the like, the comment, the subscribe, just because, it lets the YouTube know to push our stuff. We love making stuff like this, and all those things make it easier. Sword and Fairy. Number 11? 7? Which was 7?
7. It's only number 7.
You said it at the beginning, but I didn't remember what it was.
The localization is just Sword and Fairy Together Forever. It doesn't have the number after it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, assume most of them are not in English.
Yeah, not legally for sure.
I will say another thing is that there is a short DLC chapter that happens after the ending of the game. So it's like a post-campaign thing that is not available on Game Pass or in the Microsoft Store, which is the version I'm playing, although it is available in Steam.
Oh.
So I was like, I would like to see that. And I was like, I don't have that version. So I am currently enjoying that as a cutscene-only YouTube video. I'm just putting it out there as an option. Anywho.
Right.
Like going back to my own planet.
Oh, no.
Okay.